How's it going, everybody? Been forever. This car is, this car's run for God knows how long now. It's been insured for a friggin' decade, but yeah, it just doesn't have a full tune yet. And so, waiting for those final couple finishing touches before I get out here ripping. First of all, what's been driving this whole thing of me not driving is you may notice I live in the desert. It's Arizona. Luckily, it has actually not been nasty at all this year, but summertime's hot. So I'm not driving this car without air conditioning in it. This is not a race car. I'm not trying to put on a cool suit and pour sweat through a helmet or something. So we need to get the air conditioning done, and that's really one of the last things that I had fabricated over at Matt's place. So the downside is that now I finally got my ass ready and wired it up and tested the function and tricking the totally empty system, tricking the pressure sensor into allowing the system to operate. The AC clutch does work. So that was basically me going, hey, super awesome fabrication welding buddy, like I'm ready, dude. And as with anything, he helps me out a lot on this stuff over at Sorensen Precision, so I am behind, kind of last place on the books, which is totally reasonable. But that's kind of why it's been taking so long to get this shit done. So today I'm actually going to drive over there, and Matt's going to let me borrow his vacuum pump. I've got some AC gauges that I can hook on the high and low side, and then through the charge tube we can actually pull a vacuum. That way we're not adding air and moisture back into the system, but I can pull a vacuum, make sure that there's no leaks, and verify that the system is completely ready to go and charge up, and then we can throw some R134 in here. An evac recharge, like 180, 200 bucks at any shop. I can probably just take it down the end of the street and get it done. Then with that being the case, all we need to do is bring this out to the dyno and put an actual tune on it. I would like it to crank and start a little quicker. There's some choppiness and some hesitation. If you're going from cruising on the freeway to mashing the throttle, it does some weird stuff. And then I am in the process of talking with X-Force, exhaust company out of Australia, even though they do have X-Force USA now, because this car's loud. It's really loud. I talked with him about doing a couple different mufflers on here. They're valve mufflers, but they're a little different. I'll tell you about that in a second. I talked with him about that when we were just first starting to get this engine into the car, and they offered quite a bit of goodies for the car, but I just told them, hey, let's wait until I actually have a running car, which was a good idea, because it would have been 4 years until they got some content out of me for the sponsorship. So I was smart about that. They do have some new folks working for them now, so I've reached out. They are in Australia, so there's some time zone differences, but we'll see if that works out. What I'm trying to get done is simple. Swapping that straight through can out for an oval, larger casing straight through. It literally dimensionally is going to be the same, except it is valved. Now, Valvetronic and those guys, there's lots of valve mufflers that basically they take you from a muffler to straight pipe. It's exactly what I don't want. I want a muffler, it's loud as hell already, to hand over the pipe. I want to be able to start this car in the neighborhood, cruise it lightly down the street, no boost, 6 gear, and have it quiet. So we're going to add a J-pipe to it to cancel out the insane drone at 1800 RPM, and then hopefully do the 4-inch straight through can from Varex. I looked all over the internet trying to find somebody that has basically a completely straight piped headers, no cat, race car setup with the big V8 engine and a Varex at the very end. There's nothing. So hopefully they realize that too, and I think it would end up being a good partnership with them. But the cool thing is, for you guys that have cars that are completely straight through, you get to hear what it sounds like. Is all the Varex stuff out there is mostly cars with cats, mostly small displacement cars. So I think if we can link up, this should be pretty cool. But yeah, wish me luck. I think we're in the home stretch here.